Good morning. Let's take a look at yesterday. Sporting Lisbon and Cairo Almaty. The only value I saw was a lay of under 2.5 goals, or a back of over 2.5 goals. And the first half, yes, first half goals 2.5. 1.07 shot, started hitting the hundreds on the attacking pressure index, but low liability as you see. So if it doesn't come off, you're not going to sweat it. That's what I love about these low liability plays. And you've seen this week, they come in, don't they? Copenhagen and Leverkusen. An excellent performance from Copenhagen, really caught the eye. Leverkusen, an unknown quantity given the new manager problems. But I kept faith in Leverkusen coming from the Bundesliga, coming off the back of a 3-1 win, to at least get an equaliser. What I did on this occasion, I covered my insurance and I went into two markets. I went into Leverkusen +1 and I went into the match odds, half stake backing Leverkusen, half stake is liability, laying Copenhagen. Covered the draw, so at least I came out of this with a profit. 32 quid +2, 34 quid minus my insurance. Waiting for that 74 quid for Bayer Leverkusen, which didn't eventuate, alas. But that's the beauty of trading. You can create these opportunities. Club Brugge and Monaco. Club Brugge started purring in the first half. So I think about the 20th minute mark, I told members to back 1-0, 2-0 in the half-time score market. I got out at 2-0 because I didn't cover the 3-0, which is any unquoted. So I took a bit of a loss relative to what I would have made. But in future, if you're going to go with a high-scoring half-time score, don't forget to cover any unquoted, because you don't want all your hard work to be done when the side turn up and score 3 before half-time. Liverpool, Atletico Madrid, that was the day before, wasn't it? So just a few yesterday. Man City, what I did, I laid over 0.5 goals in the Man City match yesterday, waiting and hoping their odds in the match odds market would be a lot bigger. But they scored before I could place my back bet. So that's a pity, because I would have got a very good return on this Man City match. Going match odds, something about 1.34 last time I looked, which relative to what's happening and the in-play stats are up to 100 plus in the momentum. Interesting yesterday to note the mirror between the UEFA Youth League and the Champions League. I don't know if that's a consistent pattern, but it could be something for you to think about, because that was absolutely emphatic, but that was not recorded in that, was it? And look at that. 5-1 Frankfurt. Looking on to today, and I've got some extra reports for members today. I've got some AI spitting out some brilliant reports, and you will be getting them today. This is an example of one of them, Gent against Dender. And what I can do with this AI now, I can go into these obscure matches and get a detailed look into what I normally would dismiss. But I'm probably going to be looking to get Dender. They have the profile of a newly promoted type of a side. I think they stayed up last season, but they are going to be struggling in the relegation zone. Trading insights as well. If you like the reasoning, which I think I've asked AI to provide me with reasoning for its examples, because we don't want it just dry. We want to know why AI has chosen that particular angle. I don't like trading insights pre-match myself. I wait for the game to unfold, because a trader can profit from red cards, which you can't put into a trading insight report, can you? That you'll expect a red card. Red cards can come and they can change matches, and that's a trading angle. 0-0 at half-time is a trading angle, isn't it? Both teams to score, no. That's an interesting one. And first half goals, 0.5. So what I would do with that, if you fancied following this one as a member of footballtradingprofits.com, what I would say, wait for 20 minutes and then back first half goals over 0.5. There we go. Look, if no goal is scored within the first 15 to 20 minutes, consider taking a small profit or holding. All right, this is yeah, that's a bit poor, to be honest, isn't it? So I'm going to have to tell AI off for this, because the value is not there. at all. This would be very short odds on. So I'm going to tell AI about this. You should be waiting for 15 to 20 minutes before backing that. So some of these markets will be a bit poor. I quite like the Asian handicap market. I've been looking at that as a solution to the 2-0 problem when an underdog wins 2-0, and we've laid that underdog. Back in Gent, minus 1.5 Asian handicap pre-match. It is a live market on Betfair, the Asian handicap market, but it's lacking in liquidity. We've got team analysis as well. Keynotes as well. I've asked it to look at the managers. Are they new managers? I've asked it to look for any European fixtures, pre or post, because that's vitally important. Particularly, it will dig up Club Brugge, for example, Union Saint-Gilloise, but Gent aren't in Europe. So you've got your strengths and weaknesses here as well. If there's more strengths than weaknesses, that could be a really good pointer. Weaknesses, far too many. 2 goals in 7. So if they score first, Dender, they look very gettable, don't they? So members of footballtradingprofits.com, you'll be getting one of these reports today on each of the major matches. I'll post that in your daily bulletin. I'll be about, I don't know if I'll be about on Telegram. I do need a day off, but if I am trading, then there's no harm in me passing on to you. But if you follow me on my day off, it's up to you, because I can place some interesting plays. Wuhan 3 Towns will be worth a look. The match at least 1.86 away, and that's the beauty of this kind of software. You can take it through unlimited matches in unlimited leagues. So very exciting. What I'm keen on using this for is to do the research in play. So I, for example, if Wuhan 3 Towns score first, I would be looking at taking this through the AI. Just getting an idea of expectation pre-match. But of course, in-play stats is where it's at. Odense and Fredericia. I've done the research here. So let's have a quick look through at the members' research. Strange to see Odense a favourite given their bitty form. Only 2 wins did come at home. Both teams have scored in all bar 1 match. 3 defeats, 2 came at home. Failed to score in only 1 match, Fredericia. So they do have a threat, but they have been involved in Europe, Fredericia. That could be the reason for their poor performance early season. Goals as normally expected. Championship, Middlesbrough and West Brom. Well, the market's a bit lukewarm about a very solid Middlesbrough this season. And again, I've done that report for members. So let's take a quick look through. They're going for a match result draw. And the reasoning is excellent. I like the reasoning. So if you're taken by the arguments, then by all means have it in mind when you're trading the match. Both teams to score, yes. Particularly if the away side score first. That is where both teams to score, yes, will come in as a trading angle if West Brom score first. Under 2.5 goals is interesting. Home league games have seen low scoring 1-0 wins. Okay, so it's defensively led. West Brom's away matches have averaged 3 goals per game, but their overall goal conceded rate is 0.8 per game. So that's only the 1 goal conceded is what that's saying. The goal conceded rate, 0.8. So they're not expecting an avalanche of goals from Middlesbrough and expecting another 1-0 win. Key player Tommy Conway. This is important because if he's off the pitch and he's got 2 goals and 1 assist in 5, it could change the whole complexion of the match, couldn't it? And watch out later on in the season if Tommy Conway gets injured. That could be when you take on Middlesbrough, or at least don't trade Middlesbrough if their key striker is out. And this is what the weakness has pointed out as well. Over-reliance on Tommy Conway. Head-to-head analysis. I haven't double-checked any of this, but I've asked AI to include, as its processes, a double-check of all information using Google's web search. And it's coming up trumps at the moment, so I'm delighted with it. Middlesbrough have 3 consecutive wins in the head-to-heads, all very recent enough. This is an interesting angle, refereeing angle. This is for cards. Well, if you're expecting red cards, then that could change a game as well, couldn't it? This is for you spread bettors, I would suggest, or you bettors of specialist markets. You've got the key trends at the bottom. So I've done all of these reports, and I've done them for all of the elite leagues, and they will be in members' inboxes tomorrow. So I've done the same for Lyon Angers. Premier League 2, professional development. Don't forget the goals. So I'll be about from 2 o'clock for these. Looking at the goals angles. Viscount's League, relegation and championship. Nope, just a relegation group today. So watch out. These are all dodge pots. So be very careful. Lyon and Angers, 1.42 home favourite, tends to select themselves. Angers are looking a little ropey. You can look at their away form. Not scoring that second goal in their 2 league away matches. Meeting Paris Saint-Germain could suggest that 1-0 defeat that Angers could provide some defensive stability. But this Lyon are purring at home with 2 consecutive home wins to 0. So that is a match that I would target this evening. Why? Because it's readable. It's not difficult, this trading lark, is it? I focus on odds on favourites at home, and they've just gone down or gone up. And I'll be focusing on teams like Lyon, very readable. For leagues like French Ligue 2, this is where this AI comes in very handy. For example, we've got odds on favourite Laval and Amiens. So I'll take that through the AI here. And in a match you wouldn't normally look at, we've now got a professional breakdown and a possible tactical showdown as well, which is wonderful. Aggressive pressing, particularly in home matches, compact defending, aiming to absorb pressure and hit on the counter. So Amiens are likely to have a low expected goals count, aren't they? So I've asked AI yesterday to include XG. I think this XG is accurate. XG for Laval 1.15, 0.95, but it's the negative XG, particularly for Amiens, conceding nearly 2 goals a game. That is a cause for great concern, isn't it? So I'm very excited with this. This was initially going to be actual trading software, but it turned into a very solid predictor. Any match at all I can look at in any league, and I can get this kind of a detailed analysis. So I can come into the match prepared with a statistical look. This is all statistical. It's not the opinion of AI, apart from when we get to the betting angles. And still, those have been given reasoning as well. So for Laval today, match result draw. Both teams to score yes and under 2.5 goals. Suggests those 2-0s, 1-1s, 1-0 scorelines for either side. So now I have that clear advantage that I don't have to bust a gut and cover every match. If Amiens score first, I can have a quick look here and see what Amiens' form is like. Stuttgart and St. Pauli. We'd be expecting goals, I think, in both teams to score in Stuttgart and St. Pauli today. St. Pauli being in excellent goal-scoring form. Stuttgart been spluttering a bit, but they have been okay. Expected goals. If you look at xgscore.io, for example, you can have a look at the expected goals, which is here. Stuttgart, so they're in the negative with their expected goals. So they're underperforming. St. Pauli are performing above expectation. 4.9 expected goals. So what's that? That's telling you they're producing really good quality chances. And more than likely, they're converting them. So excellent stuff. But you can see over 2.5 goal matches, 4.9 expected goals, 3.2 expected goals conceded. So that's how I would use these expected goals stats. Looking at the quality. Probably look at Armenia Bielefeld at 5:30 and moving on down Irish Premier Division, Irish First Division. St. Pat's have started to perform again since they left Europe. So I'll be looking at them this evening as an absolute standout. I think Bohemians are a little bit too big in the odds. This looks about right. Only 4 wins all season for Cork City, so Shamrock should take advantage. Those are the most readable matches there. Haven't really done the First Division. I've done a couple of matches for you. The odds-on favourites here. UCD and Kerry. Kerry are normally gettable. And Co-Bramblers been in excellent form this season, looking for a top 2, top 3, and a chance to go up. Lecce and Cagliari, 2.75 the favourite, should have you on the back foot immediately. It's not a match to be messing with. These two are in awful form. This is a 3-point potential relegation 6-pointer. So I would be looking at laying any late draw here. Must get a win against your fellow struggler. Eredivisie, 20 have not got going this season, so it has to be a watching brief for me here. They are normally one of the elites, but they've just not got going. They haven't hired Steve McLaren, have they, again, with his umbrella? That's they're falling off the rails a bit. Porto, 1.33 away. That'd be worth my watch. And Betis and Real Sociedad. Let's have a look at this one. Draw, win, draw, loss, draw for Betis. Not really winning, are they? Both teams have scored in 4 out of 5 Betis matches. That's what I'd be looking for this evening. Both teams have scored in 3 out of 4 Real Sociedad matches. No clean sheet. So if Sociedad score first, they're highly likely to concede at some point. Day off today for me. Please remember that, members. But as you know, I'm trading every day. So if I am up and about, there's no harm in me popping on Telegram and passing you on a trade or two. But the last time I did it on my day off on Monday, Hermannstadt conceded a 93rd minute goal to make it 0-2 and kicked me in the So you have been warned. I hope to see you on Telegram. But if I don't turn up, you'll know it's my day off. Have a great day. And I'll see you for a very busy day tomorrow in a weekend full of derby-style matches. It could be a difficult old weekend throughout Europe. Lots and lots of what I call derby-style matches, or derbies. Geographical derby, Liverpool-Everton. London derby, West Ham, Crystal Palace. Derby-style match, Manchester United-Chelsea, one of the big guns playing each other. That's why they're so hard to read. We've got a lot of these this weekend. So you've got to be very, very careful. Or you don't play derby-style matches. It's as simple as that. Just something I've noted, quite a few this Saturday and Sunday. So watch out for that this weekend. Have a great day, and I'll see members for a live stream tomorrow.